What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Hy-Vee Perks 250. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Xfinity Series has at Iowa Speedway, a 7-day, 7-mile short track that can put on some really good racing from time to time, can cause some chaos as well, and we had some tire failures in last year's race as well. The last time we ran at Iowa Speedway, we saw Sam Mayer pick up his second win of 2024. He'll be back this time around looking to try to pick up his first win of 2025 and his 8th career NASCAR Xfinity Series victory at Iowa Speedway. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend is looking extremely promising. It's going to be 72 degrees high with 56 degrees as of low with a 20% chance of rain with mostly cloudy skies. Now, there is a chance of light rain in the middle of the afternoon with summer pop-up showers that could show up from time to time. But if you're headed out to the racetrack outside of that, the weather is going to be really good for this weekend. It's going to be nice. It's going to be cool, especially for late July going into early August weather. The weather should be really, really solid and really, really nice for this weekend at Iowa. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to Chino, headers up picks usually work. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend, who I don't think will have the pace and speed. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need a good run, who I think will have a really good run this weekend, or really good at this type of track. And I do my winners pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall, and I do the drivers need to watch out for, and usually for the Xfinity Series, I got 4 drivers need to watch out for, along with the race winner. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Hy-Vee Perks 250? My first suck pick for this weekend at Iowa Speedway is a driver's 16 car for Kaulig Racing Christian Eckes. This 16 team has been very inconsistent throughout 2025. They'll have 1 week where they will run very, very well, and then the next week they struggle quite a bit. Then they'll once again have another good run, and then they'll have another bad week. There just isn't that consistency I'm looking for Christian Eckes, plus a lot of unknowns, a lot of turmoil going on with Kaulig Racing currently at the moment, so I can't just trust this team and expect much from the organization at this particular moment in time. I think there's going to be potentially some struggles for Christian. He's been solid at short tracks in NASCAR, but I just don't trust him fully at the moment. Not the driver, but the team. I don't think will be the best run for Christian Eckes this weekend at Iowa Speedway. My second suck pick for this weekend at Iowa Speedway is the driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Brandon Jones. Early in the season, this 20 car had a lot of speed. It was going up against the junior motorsports cars pretty much every single week. However, there's been a lot of inconsistencies from the number 20 team. I know it's not all been his fault in recent weeks, but I just don't trust the 20 team overall to be major threats for a championship at the moment. And Brandon Jones was okay at some of the short tracks, but he hasn't really set the world on fire at these types of tracks. So I think it'll be a little bit of struggle with Brandon to be a major factor. I don't think he'll be a major contender any way, shape, or form. I think he'll finish outside the top 10 at least, more than likely, this weekend at the track known as Iowa. And now we're going to head on the underdog picks for the 2025 Hy-Vee Perks 250. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Iowa Speedway is the driver of the 17 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Cory Day. Early in the season, Cory Day did not start the year off on a really good note. He had a lot of bad runs and a lot of inconsistencies. But in the last month or so, he's been really starting to pick it up. He finished 5th in the Craftsman Truck Series race at Nashville, had arguably the fastest truck near the end of the race at IRP, and he had a really good run at Sonoma going for getting taken out by Austin Hill, who's not behind the wheel this week, and had a really good run going at other Xfinity Series races, including a top 10 at Nashville. I think Cory Day is going to be a factor for a top 10 minimum, and I could see him having an outside chance and an outside opportunity for a really strong and great finish this weekend at Iowa Speedway. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Iowa Speedway is the driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Taylor Gray. This 54 team is really starting to show a lot more of that consistent speed that we've been looking for Taylor Gray. Early in the year, they had speed, but weren't getting the finishes. Now they're not only having the speed, but they're getting the finishes, as Taylor Gray has come close to winning a few races as of late, including the most recent race in Indianapolis, where he finished in 3rd or 4th position. I expect Taylor Gray to be a factor for a top 10 or maybe even a top 5. He's got Jason Radcliffe as a crew chief, so I think that's going to help the team in a really big way, shape, or form. I think Taylor Gray will be a factor, and I think I'll have a solid chance and a strong opportunity for a really strong and pretty good run this weekend at Iowa Speedway with Joe Gibbs Racing. And now we're going to head on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Hy-Vee Perks 250. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend at Iowa Speedway is absolutely a no-brainer. This guy has been dominating the Xfinity Series over the last month or so. He's had 9 straight top 5 finishes going into this week and looking to have 10 straight top 5s as well. I think he's going to continue his dominance. He's already won 3 races in a row. I think that Connor Zolch will pick up his 7th career Xfinity Series victory, his 6th win of 2025, and a 4th straight win in the Xfinity Series. If he is to accomplish this, he will become only the 3rd driver in Xfinity history to have 4 wins in a row with Sam Ard and Noah Gragson. I think Connor gets it done. He's been so good, has been picking this up really, really quickly. He's been putting himself in really good position. The cars have been really, really fast. The cars have been really good and really strong. I think Connor Zolch is going to be really good. I think Connor Zolch will be the guy to beat. I think he picks up another win in the Xfinity Series this weekend at Iowa Speedway. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on to drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Iowa. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Iowa is the driver 7 car for Junior Motorsports, Justin Allgaier. While Justin Allgaier has been losing his regular season points, he has always been a major factor for wins throughout the year so far. And let's be real, he probably should have a few more wins this season than he has had. But Justin Allgaier is really good at short tracks, had really good speed in this race last year. The Junior Motorsports cars continue to be the strongest cars in the Xfinity Series currently at the moment. I think that Justin Allgaier will have a solid chance and a solid opportunity for a really, really good run. I think the pace and speed will be there for Justin Allgaier. I think he will be a major factor and a serious contender for potentially his 4th or 5th win of the season this weekend at Iowa. The second driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Iowa Speedway is the driver's 11 car for Kaulig Racing, Carson Hocevar. It was announced earlier this week that Josh Williams is no longer driving the number 11 car, and Carson Hocevar is coming in to take over. Yes, that 11 car being picked as one to watch is surprising. But if anyone can take a car that isn't as good and bring it up to the front, it is certainly Carson Hocevar. Carson Hocevar is a pretty dang good driver. This guy can drive cars really, really well. I think he's going to have a really good run this week, and I think he's going to be the best performer and probably put on the best performance Kaulig Racing has had so far this year. I think we'll have a good chance and opportunity, and I think that Carson Hocevar will have the pace and speed to run really, really strong and really, 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 really well this weekend at Iowa. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Iowa is a driver of the number 9 car for Junior Motorsports, Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain's been really good with the Junior Motorsports team so far this year. Yes, he had some mechanical gremlins and mechanical failures in that event, but I think that Ross Chastain will be a pretty big factor for a victory. He's been historically really good at tracks like Iowa. Remember, he originally won the Truck Series race at Iowa in 2019 before getting a disqualification, and Brett Moffitt got handed the win there. I think that Ross will have a really good run. I think of his prior experience at tracks like this, I think it's going to help him in a really big way. I think Ross Chastain will be a very big factor and a strong contender for the victory this weekend in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race at Iowa Speedway. And the fourth final driver that I think you should watch out for this weekend at Iowa is a driver of the 2 car for Richard Childress Racing, Jesse Love. Jesse Love has been really fast throughout 2025 so far, and he's been at times better than Austin Hill when it comes to consistency. And let's be real, he probably should have a couple wins so far this year with how good he's been. And if I'm not mistaken, last year in this race, Jesse Love finished inside the top 5. I think Love is going to be a really big factor. He's looking to get vengeance for his teammate Austin Hill, who's been substituted by Austin Dillon, as Austin Hill is out currently at the moment because of the turning Eric Almirola in Indy. I think Jesse Love will be a factor and will have a solid chance and a strong opportunity for a potential victory, and maybe gets that second win of the year this weekend at Iowa Speedway. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Hy-Vee Perks 250 at Iowa. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Christian Eckes, Brandon Jones. My underdog picks are Cory Day, Taylor Gray. My winner's pick is Connor Zolch. And the ones to watch out for, Justin Allgaier, Carson Hocevar, Ross Chastain, and Jesse Love. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race 6 video for the 2025 Hy-Vee Perks 250 at Iowa Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel for notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and comment your picks below for this weekend at Iowa Speedway. Who are your race picks? Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching now for this weekend at Iowa Speedway. Let me know them in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we are going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple of days. Talk more about the Legacy Motor Club and Brickwork Racing temporary restraining order that's come out. We're also going to talk about some other things like the schedule, this stuff, and speculation around that. We're going to talk, of course, about the news around Josh Williams and some future uncertainty around the Kaulig Racing team. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and we might do an ARC review. We're probably not going to do that at this point. Then, of course, on Saturday, we'll have the NASCAR Xfinity Series race review and Cup Series qualifying reactions. And then on Sunday, we'll have Cup starting lineup video for the Iowa Corner 350. We also will have this race review video as well, and maybe a Shane Van Gisbergen video. Then Monday, we're going to have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. We're on Tuesday, we're going to have the interest for Watkins Glen and other good videos dropping as NBC is back this week as well. We got content coming out, people like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Frankie Muniz, Carson Quaffle, you name it, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Brad Keselowski, all the good stuff. We'll be talking about it on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.